Hey, what's up? How's it going? I have not been posting videos in a while. I just check my email. I try to check them every few months. It turns out one of my videos was taken down. Why you should not hate pedophiles was taken down. And I didn't get to the comments because I only check every few months. So I just want to say why it was taken down. It was taken down because people think that a pedophile, someone with these urges, is innately a creep, a bad person. He or she is someone who is a criminal naturally, like they're going to harass people. All that is false, and it's terrible that they make such assumptions. Just disclaimer, I'm not a pedophile, but I've met people on the web who are, and the regular people is just they have that one leaning. You can't tell them differently in the streets, and the only reason why you call them a creep is because you picture them as someone waiting outside someone's door looking for children to snap photos at. That's why you call them creeps and even dangerous, or you equate them. Another reason has to do with anytime you hear about a pedophile, it's always in the context of criminality. So I've been through this in other videos. I don't need to belabor it. But it's sad that people still don't process it. It's like the culture doesn't want people to know the truth. You shouldn't hate anyone, no less, people who are in hiding because of how alienated they feel. And there's also a different range of pedophilia. So, like, people who are pedophiles, they don't necessarily appear that way because they marry someone who, they were raised with as a kid. They married someone who they were in high school with, or they married someone who reminds them of when they were kids. So a lot of times you have millions of pedophiles who are not even diagnosed because you can't tell the difference. But fundamentally, that's their neurochemistry. Neurochemistry is they love childlike things, and they have the choice. Had it been legal, that would be their leaning. Their ego or their subconscious would allow them to look in different directions that they are not currently, simply because there's no blockages. So I'm just trying to break some assumptions and things like that, so the public doesn't think things that are true that are not true. So that's why my video was taken down. It is sad to see people hating on that community, but it's a reality. It's understandable why the culture does not try to help them, does not try to sympathize, and does not try to protect these notions that if someone is that way, it's not a bad thing. If someone is that way, it doesn't mean that they're gonna be involved in criminal behavior. One of the comments of the video that was taken down, it was in January, was you. I hope your kind dies off, as if to say that not only is the human species divided between like black people and white people and Japanese people, like we're all different kinds, right? The ultimate racist person, he's from some like Arabic country, African Arabic country, where he's just shitposting. But that was a horrible thing to say. But he, in this country, it's okay to be racist. But what's worse is that he's adding another category, pedophiles. That's a different kind. So it really takes a lot of development to not feel this way towards people with a different neurochemistry. With me, like I said, I don't have a different neurochemistry. I'm not a pedophile or a teleophile. I don't have any major leanings. If something is attractive, it's attractive. If it's not attractive, it's not attractive. I don't label, I don't categorize, and my leanings are generally all across the board. There's no one label on me. And the reason why it's like this is because I'm into spirituality, and it involves not holding back how you feel or how you think, and just allowing yourself to be okay with everything. Now, obviously, people say the human species is corrupt. You can't have that ideology or that mindset. Yeah, you're gonna have problems with this. But once you learn that's fundamentally false, you'll see why it could be true. It could be helpful, but more than that, it's not that you want to embrace everything, because you could get into a bad mood and then be very bloodlust. And we all know bloodlust is, you're feeding into that, and it's not healthy for your mind and body and soul. So, like don't just watch rage films and and listen to rage music and all that, horror stuff, simply because you have to feed everything. No, everything has its limits. If you see patterns that are going over the board, you wanna check yourself. You wanna meditate. You wanna make sure that you're well grounded. But the overall point is, I'm saying, you want to make sure that you are not overly biased against something. And that's what's holding us back as a species, as people, as cultures, as countries. It's preventing us from growing. It's preventing us from seeing the bigger picture. So people who are interested in growth and development, they'll appreciate this video. But if you are not, which usually people making these crazy comments, they aren't, then it could be tough for you. Another thing I noticed is that YouTube only took down the video where there was a shitpost, because YouTube, unfortunately, I don't think I'm ever gonna get monetized, but it would take many years and many changes in cultural perspective. They only take down the videos that got a bad rep, where there was a shitpost, where there were many dislikes, because it's not about what's truth and what's loving and what's going to take mankind to the next step of psychological evolution and character development. No, it's nothing about that. It has to do with how much money they make. Oh, if too many dislikes are on here, the chances are that we'll probably not be able to monetize this channel or monetize this person. It's better if we listen to the masses and and listen to the reports. About 30% dislikes, and of that 30%, there was like they all reported it. So therefore, we'll factor that in, and then so that's how they think, very algorithmically, but towards a monetary level. So YouTube is money based and don't care about the heart and mankind. There is truth to the idea that if YouTube focuses more on what people will be comfortable with, it's easier to develop mankind. But I don't think Google, who owns YouTube, is caring about that. They don't care about real progress and growth. They just care about doing what makes money. So if the whole world was pro pedophilia, all of a sudden YouTube will be promoting this stuff left and right. It has nothing to do with mankind. So who are you to point fingers at to say this is a crazy policy? You can't really, because most of the masses already wouldn't mind YouTube doing such a thing. Basically, YouTube will only battle those things they think are worthwhile. If they feel they'll lose more money on a certain situation, that's how they go about things. It's sad, but that's just reality. So the lesson of this video is I guess try to help you think a little better about these things. If you're not very intellectual, you may not draw these conclusions. You'll just go with the flow of hating people, because you heard something. Hating because you don't like this word, so you'll hate them. If you're not developed, yeah, you're gonna go in that direction. So I can't stop you, but if you are developing, then you'll see the good in working on yourself, working on not only not bad mouthing, but not seeing things in a negative light.